Rise and shine, beautiful souls. So listen, I'm doing this thing. This will be my first one. I'm going to call them my rising thought walks. So if you guys have any questions, you can put them below, of course, in the comments. And what I'll do is throughout the week, every single day, I want to do a thought walk, and I'm going to speak to some of the questions or the thoughts that you guys put into the comments, okay? So to start this thing off, I received a message from a lady who asked me, what's the difference in between, belief and faith? Because people who walk away from certain faiths, and she's meaning religions, they still have certain belief systems. Her thing is everyone believes in something. So what's the difference between believing in something else that you can't prove and having faith in religion that you can't prove? This intrigued me. So I said, you know what? Instead of just answering this question, just right back to the person, I told her I'm going to do a video. So let me explain to you the difference between, or the difference in belief and faith, okay? So you have logic, you have reason, and you have evidence, okay? Belief, you can believe in something because you have evidence to support a belief. You can have logic to support a belief, and you can have reason to support a belief, right? So fact, logic, evidence. When it comes to faith, you don't need either. You don't need evidence. You don't need logic. You don't need reason. You just simply need faith. Faith is the exclusion of all of the above. The thing is, like the scripture says in the Christian Bible, you walk by faith, not by sight. This is indication that it's not about evidence at all. It's not about reason. It's not about logic. With faith, you believe in a certain concept because you're taught that concept and you're told to have faith that it's true. Beliefs, they don't work that way. Your belief can be challenged. Someone can come to you and present more evidence to change your belief, but faith doesn't work that way. Faith, people tend to hold to the faith regardless of what the world looks like, or regardless of regardless of the facts or ideas presented towards them. They choose to hold to their faith. And this is without, again, evidence, reason, and logic. I'll give you an example. If I am a detective and I walk in on a crime scene, a murder scene, where someone is dead, they've been stabbed, and here is a knife right beside them, a bloody knife. I can examine the weapon. I can check for fingerprints, and after discovering fingerprints, I can conclude that I have a suspect, right? I believe I know who did this. Now, because I'm going by the evidence, I'm going by the fingerprints being on the knife. However, that person still may not be the actual murderer. They may not be the person who committed the act. They could have stole the knife from someone who physically touched the knife, and they could have used gloves to commit the act, right? So many things could have went on to change where I've been led. You understand? Faith is to walk in, see the person on the ground, know that it's a murder, and assume you know who the murderer is. Don't worry about the evidence. Don't worry about the logic or reason. Was the person even in the city at the time? Does the person have an alibi? We're going to disregard all of that. We're just going to say, the spouse did it. Regardless of what the evidence looked like, believe me, it's the spouse. This is how faith works. But when you believe something, you can have a strong belief in something, and that can still be sound. It can still be with reason, logic, and evidence, although it still may not be true. I say this, the goal is to know, right? The goal is to research. Research until you know when something is a proven fact, when it can be accepted and repeated, okay? And demonstrated. Then we can say, I know this to be true. Until then, try to eliminate belief and faith. Just say, I am simply a researcher. I am simply an explorer. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one day in my research or my exploration, I may have the answer to that question. See? Kevin, where do you go when you die? I don't know. I am simply a researcher and observer, right? I'm simply an explorer. Until I have factual information to where I can demonstrate and prove where we go when we die, I simply don't know, and that's okay. I don't have to say I believe this or I have faith in this. We've been taught we need to say these things. It's okay to not know. All right? That's it for the Rise Walk, the Rise Thought Walk. Okay, we'll do this again tomorrow. See you guys soon. Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you have found yourself. Peace.